Hi, this is Cass from Aussie Cass Plays, and welcome to part 32 of my Criminal Empire Challenge. Another day, another exterior house shot for a house Carissa lives in. This is Wayne Manor, as we, know it here in the biz, but he's not Batman. This is where Carissa has moved into. She lives with Bruce, she lives with Alfred, and she lives with her daughter. Now, I have aged up the little girl. She is actually... just to confirm, they had the paternity test done, and she is actually the child of Bruce, Carissa Bailey, and Bruce Wayne, and little Kayla. In the chats, there's some awesome suggestions for names. I wanted to go for something that was like Makayla, as in Carissa's mother. Didn't want it to go with Makayla itself. Thought about going with Kaylee, just because Kayla obviously being the very well-known Sims YouTuber. I wasn't sure that was a great idea, but then her name, if I'd have called her Kaylee, would have been Kaylee Bailey, and I am not that mean. This is little Kayla's bedroom. As you can see, we've gone for a really low-key theme. Not setting this little girl up to be a spoiled brat at all, and she aged up with the fussy trait. That wasn't me, that was the game, but I can't imagine why we would think she was fussy. And then on this side, we have Carissa's bedroom. Now, Carissa has more things than will fit in this room, and she doesn't have like a separate study or anything. Like, Bruce has kind of let her in a little bit grudgingly, so she's had to kind of squeeze everything in. We have Makayla's urn under her desk, just tucked away there. If I pop the wall up, you can see all of her, like, the autographs that Makayla collected, which Carissa saved from before the fire. We have some of the art. We have a photo of the two of them together. We've got that. And then these are the pictures that she has, her virtue signaling, the adoration she has for her family. So there's a picture of Thorn, who she never even met. That was actually Makayla's trophy picture of Thorn from before she killed him. Picture of her twin sister and brother. A picture of Orange, who was her half-brother. We have a picture of Dale down the bottom with Makayla. And then we have a couple of pictures of Nathan from, again, the Makayla murder photo shoot. Nathan was Carissa's boyfriend. He was like her stepdad for a while, so it's a confused relationship. Let's just put it that way. I'm just going to set this little one to do some fun things. Oh, I want to try this. This is a Panda Summer bit of CC, which has recently become free for those who are not Patreons. I recommend checking it out. Let's see how it goes. Go, you good thing. Yay. Look at her go. Look at her face. God, I love modders. She could be the Joker. I'm just saying. It's that kind of an expression. But you'll see I did invite someone over. It wasn't actually intended to be an invitation so much as some people have come over, but obviously as I'm controlling these Sims, I did have to invite them. And I say they. We have Addison and Ashley. I'm just going to add them to a group because I don't even know where Addison is. Ashley and Addison are explaining that they have come to visit partly because Ashley wanted to invite Carissa to her engagement party for Nadia, which is nice. Carissa's pointing out that a face-to-face invitation delivery isn't really necessary in this, crazy modern world that we live in. But Ashley and Addison are like, well, we wanted to just check in on you. Addison mainly just wanted to catch up. Look, she adores her aunt. Look at that look on her face. She's like, I just want to be like you. But, Ashley's saying, look, we just wanted to make sure you're okay, because obviously it's been a bit of a rough time for you lately, and, you've had a baby and you've moved house. And Carissa's like, look, it's fine. I can take care of myself. I can look after myself. Don't worry about me. I'm totally fine. Between the three of us, I've kind of got Bruce under my thumb. He's upstairs. He's just putting the baby together at the moment. It's totally fine, and I'm really happy here. And they're both like, well, that's great. So as long as everything's okay. And Chris is like, well, of course, like I will let you guys know if I need help, but I really do think that I'm fine. Little princess. Indeed. It's unfortunate she's asleep, actually, because the other reason I wanted them to come over was because I actually want Ashley to introduce herself to the baby. but I'm going to have to get the baby to introduce herself to Ashley. I'm still tired. Why aren't I in bed? Somebody put me back to bed. Well, I'm sorry, honey. Because I want to have the little one at the wedding, at the wedding, which, yes, but that's not what I mean. I want to have her at the engagement party. Hey, pleased to meet you, little one. And she's like, pleased to meet you. She's telling her Auntie Ashley. Aww, so cute. Okay, well, I have achieved my goal. They know each other now. That will mean Ashley can invite Kayla. Has she met Bruce? So he should be coming up now to introduce himself as well. Hey, pleased to meet you. And the first thing she talks about is money. It's like, hey, really nice house. And he's like, thank you very much. She's like, well, it was nice to meet you, but, you know, see you later. I'm going to shift back across to the other household now. I have achieved my goals. All right, you guys, we're back in our main household, and I did give Addison's room a little bit of a makeover, and I also gave makeovers to the other two boys' rooms as well, just to make them a bit more grown up. Now, why Zane has decided this is the place to do his university coursework, I don't know. We've got little postcards and things clipped to the wall here with lights. I've kept the same bed and then I put a painting behind it, and I really like the effect that it creates. I think it's quite cool. So, you know, a lot of this is the same. Like I said, she doesn't want to give her dad the wrong idea that she's not his little girl. Then we have the makeover for Zane's room, which I think is the one I'm the proudest of, because we've got this little skeleton thing. It's like a Jungle Adventure skeleton, and I hung a towel off the end of its spear. He was like, yep, that's a good place to dry my towel, and he did. And I've given him his own computer because obviously he's got coursework to do, like term papers and stuff now. I've given him some tools because, again, like his dad, he's a handy kind of hands-on kind of guy, and he's going to be an international stellar smuggler or something one day. So I got rid of the play equipment out here, the kids' play equipment, mainly because Jason kept going out and sitting on the swing. And Jason's squeamish, so every time he sat on the swing, he got queasy. It was quite annoying, so I decided it was time for that to go. Zane ultimately is going to need a rocket, I think. So I'll probably put that there in the long run, but for now, it's just empty lawn they can, like, kick a ball around on. Oh, Addison, are you okay? Now, you'll notice it's 8 in the morning and the kids are not going to school. I'm actually just waiting for Zane. Oh, he's off to uni now. Did he get his homework done? He did. When he gets back, we're actually going to throw the engagement party. So I'll get him just to take notes. We are on our second term. So he's finished one term. He got straight A's. That's my boy. And we just started the second term, which was probably a mistake on my part because I played a little bit off screen just to finish the first term. And I should probably have not started the second term, if I'm honest, because we could have had one part where I wasn't having to worry about classes, but that's okay. All right, one of these Kawaii Stacy events is a celebration. It's just a generic celebration. It says Jess got a promotion, ended a bad relationship, escaped death. You know, have a party. So who is celebrating? Ashley, and I apparently can't say Nadia. That's fine. So we have to invite everyone in the house. We have to invite Carissa and Kayla. If there's room, I'll invite Bruce, but I obviously want to prioritize the fam. Nadia, Logan. Oh, okay. I can't invite anyone else. What I might do then is I will uninvite Jenny and Cordelia. I can always start a club gathering on the lot and they'll show up anyway. So that works. I'm going to go with the Tulip wedding venue, which is another of Makayla's wedding locations. I think it's the one where she married. I can picture her face, but I can't remember her name. It was like the third last spouse, I think. We married here, the one who wanted a dog. But here we go. I remember someone died here. Oh, we just have to enjoy ourselves. So what do we have to do? Party, take photos, listen to music, dance, socialize, eat delicious food, have drinks, etc. But I would like everyone in some nicer clothes. So I'm just going to do that real quick. Actually, maybe I won't. There's a heat wave. If I put them all in party wear, they're all going to overheat and die. I'm going to get Lily to cook just this one time. So we're going to do a vegetarian yakisoba, which I have no idea what that is, but that's what she's going to cook. So Carissa's being mean, as is traditional. Oh, Dale's not fireproof. That could be a problem. I don't really want Dale to burn to death. Is he inside? Dale, where are you going, Dale? Gotta stay inside, buddy. I genuinely don't want you to burn to death. I'd feel quite sad if you burned to death. Natty is over here giving a speech, and that is why I love my beautiful fiance, Ashley. And this lady was like, that is so touching. Looking at those rainbow tights, I'm saying she's probably from that community. And she was like, I want to find a beautiful wife for myself one day. Seriously? You lightweight, Ashley. She had one mouthful of drink. All right, now I want to just make sure everybody also knows Bruce. So we'll toast Bruce to the birth of my niece, little Kayla. These guys are going to get food. Addison's giving Kayla a hug. This is all so cute. I could die. Maybe Bruce is now thinking, well, you know, maybe it's not so bad being connected to this weird extended family. I mean, he's probably heard things about Alex. I mean, Alex has a reputation. He has an awful reputation. No fame, because I opted him out of that, but he has an awful reputation. So Bruce has probably heard of him and he's probably like, well, maybe the guy's not so bad. I mean, sure, he did threaten me one time, but that's okay. Good girl. What a good girl she is. Of course, we've run out of food now. So these guys are having a chat and it's like, well, how are you? Oh, I'm going really well. Now, is Maya... Have you been drinking, Maya? And she's like, no, I haven't been drinking. I just came in to get a tea. I don't drink alcohol. And Lily's like, I don't believe that for a second. Dale, please be careful. Why did I invite him here? I just didn't think it through. I might actually send him home. He's scaring me. Dale's like, look, I didn't realize we were going somewhere quite so sunny. Sorry, I'm going to have to head out. Can you give Ashley my love? And Lily's like, sure. I will pass that on because, you know, Dale obviously doesn't want to die either. I feel like Lily probably quite likes Maya. You know, Giovanna can look after herself. Addison can look after herself. Maya seems like just this cute little kind of snowy cloud puff of like, oh, she seems really sweet is what I was going for. Sometimes I just get so angry I don't even know what to do with myself. How can I deal with things? Do a workout. I don't know who she was asking. Jason. She was asking Jason how to manage her anger. I want to have her come over here. I'm tempted to have them elope immediately, but I'm not going to. I actually want them to have a proper big wedding. So we're going to go over and we're going to give Nadia a big smooch. She's got no body fat whatsoever, so she can't handle her alcohol. I don't know if that's how it works, but that's what I'm going with. So we'll kiss her cheek and we'll... Oh, there's a bush. Flirt. Obviously, they're gonna, you know, hook up in the bush. It's not much of an engagement party otherwise. By the way, can we all just take a moment to admire how beautiful Carissa looks? This is, I have to say, no one's died. This is definitely going better than the last time I held an event on this lot. Are you going? Oh, she's being sloppy drunk and playful drunk. Oh, there's the bush. Oh, that's right. I forgot it's angled the wrong way. I do vaguely recall that now. Well, I'm just going to ignore the fact that they're climbing over the hedge to get in. Oh, what's the matter, Carissa? Oh, what's going on there? Is she questioning all her life choices? I doubt it. Well, Alex has work just in time for the party to end. And she's over here dancing to the music and having a tantrum. Okay, so the fam have come home. Alex has gone to work. Jason got a text from Cassidy when they were on their way home in the car saying, Shark just came home with Dusty. So he's really worried about that. He's told Ashley and they've come tearing home and have discovered a big fire on the porch of their house. And there's like trash all around. So Ashley, can you try putting out the rest? Extinguish. Leaving you, Ashley. There was a big pile of leaves here, which, you know, where they came from. Who knows? It's summer. But there were a big pile of leaves and they're now bent. So Jason and Addison are watching. The others have gone over here. Lily's crying and probably trying to get in hold of Alex on the phone. But, you know, there's no response. He's obviously out. So I think we're gonna come in, and as you can see, the bears have been here and have kind of gone to town a little bit on the house while the guys were out. So we have sabotaged and broken plumbing. The big TV they had has been stolen. The oven, strangely, has been stolen. So, you know, that's gone. There's like water and sparking electricity everywhere. Zane's gonna run up here and I'll get Jason to go with him. They're going to come upstairs to like check their own stuff, and I feel like Addison would also want to go into her room and make sure everything's okay in there. And she's like frantically calling her dog like Dusty, Dusty, because, you know, she's had that dog since she was younger. Like, she's had it probably 4 or 5 years now. So she's like really upset because, you know, Dusty's nowhere to be seen. Her bedroom looks okay, but the computer has been stolen here. And Zane's like, oh, they didn't. And he's coming into his room. And the computer's missing from his room as well. We've got more things we need to talk about, by the way. But he's so busy researching art that he was not answering his wife's phone calls. But he's now come home. Now, Lily is discovering that her room is actually okay, and that's because this door was locked, so they just couldn't get into her room. And in fact, this whole area is locked. It's locked to just Lily and Alex, so they actually didn't come into this part of the house at all. But this part of the house has been completely trashed. We're gonna say that's why Alex is furious. It's not. Apparently, Lily flirted with somebody at the engagement party. He has a negative sentiment to her. I didn't see it happen, and I thought she was pretty busy at the engagement party, but he has a negative sentiment to his wife, so he's furious about cheating. Alex cannot believe Lily would do this to their relationship. Just the sight of Lily will remind Alex that Lily betrayed his trust and cheated on him. Now, I don't think Lily cheated. I can't for a second believe that Lily cheated. She just wouldn't have. But I can believe that Alex might have seen her laughing and joking with someone and thought that she cheated. So that's how I'm going to interpret this and play this. Him being furious also makes sense in the context of what has just happened. It's pretty obvious who did it, especially because Cassidy can confirm to Ashley that Shark came home with Dusty. So their dog's been stolen. Poor Addison is devastated. To be fair, we stole it in the first place. They just repossessed something that was already theirs. It's not surprising that they've retaliated, and it's not surprising that they've retaliated quite hard, because obviously there's been a few very physical run-ins between Shark's wife Lex and Ashley. Like, Ashley's beaten the crap out of her twice. So this was inevitable, and I think Ashley is probably calmly kind of acknowledging that. There's vines in the toilet. That's nice. So I'm going to get him to clear out the vines and repair this. And that one's okay. We'll repair that. I mean, it's a good way to get handiness skill, I guess, but he's already maxed out his handiness, so it's actually not particularly helpful. And then he can get some leftovers and go to bed. Oh, our power's been shut off. That's nice. So she's instantly suspicious that something's happened like what she did to the bears. But then she's like, oh, wait, maybe we just didn't pay the bills. Let me just confirm. So she's paying the bills. Obviously, we had some distractions. Lily's going to go appliance shopping to replace the things that were stolen. It's annoying because the stuff that was stolen had been like fully upgraded. The computers and stuff had all been overclocked, and we put quite a bit of effort into them. But they're gone now, so that's lovely. Alex is exhausted. He's angry. He's like kind of grossed out by the plants. He's feeling outraged being near Lily, and he's just like can't handle it right now. So he's just going to go to bed. So obviously things are escalating between us and the bears. Addison is devastated that they took her dog and desperate to get him back. Alex's priority is going to be making the bears hurt rather than retrieving the dog. Honestly, I mean, he didn't actually mind Dusty, but he was not so attached to Dusty that he's like, that's his number one goal. He more just wants the bears to suffer for what has happened, regardless of the fact that we started it. I think technically they started it originally, but there's been a few rounds of back and forth. So I've just had the Sims do a lot of cleaning up. Obviously, we've still got stuff we need to clean up out here. Jason, can I get you... Okay, someone's picked up the bin. That's good. Can I get you to just come out and, like, throw all of this away? Your family's been up all night cleaning stuff. Poor Ashley's just like... I mean, she's feeling pretty confident. I guess, despite everything, she's still happy she had a really nice engagement party. I am fascinated to know what Lily did. Really fascinated. Now, she's not particularly tired yet. I'm going to get her to replace the computers and stuff. I'll get her onto that because obviously poor Zane has, like, he's got classwork to do and term papers to write. He's got university today. And it's all a bit stressful for everybody. Oh, poor Addison. Look how sad she is. Although she smiled just as it loaded her away from the lot to school for the day. She's feeling really, really sad. The storm's actually partially overriding that because she loves thunderstorms. We had a lightning strike here, so that was nice. We just had another one there. It's one of those days. Feels like the universe is punishing this family a little bit. See, we've got a new TV. So Jason's just checking that out. Now Lily has overclocked the new computers that we've got. Zane is desperately trying to get all his classwork done before university today. But I'm actually going to have Jason... He wants to talk to his aunt and then talk to Cassidy. So Jason is going to have a talk to his aunt and say, look, I'm really worried. I think we have to get Cassidy out of the bears and we have to do it now. Because if we don't, I think Dad could really hurt her. He's going to go hard after the bears after they've come into our house. I mean, the bathrooms still, like, kind of smell pretty gross. Like, I don't know what they did to the plumbing. And she's like, yeah, I know. Who's the one who's going to have to clean it all out and, like, get out the toxic chemicals to clean it all? Believe me, I know. Honestly, I would not blame your father for going hard against them. They've got it coming. And he's like, but not Cassidy. Do you think I should change my look? Well, that's an interesting question. I don't want to hurt your feelings. Oh, I mean, he's pretty daggy. So that's, especially from her point of view, she's like, you haven't got enough rivets, Jason. More rivets and leather. And he's like, oh. So he's basically telling her how he's worried about Cassidy, and Ashley's like, look, I don't know if I can hold your father back. The only way you're going to be able to get that girl out of that situation is if she agrees to help us. So you need to tell her that it's crunch time. It's the only way. That's kind of where that conversation's at. He's obviously going to have to try and get in touch with Cassidy if he can. See if he can give her a call. He doesn't want to invite her over because his dad was in a foul mood when he got home last night. And now Jason doesn't know that's because Alex also thinks maybe there was cheating. He's like, my father is furious and I don't want to risk having my girlfriend come over. We lost so much money. We had almost 70,000 simoleons. Just replacing those appliances cost a packet. I really hurt myself with that attack. Anyway, it's fine. So he's on the phone to his girlfriend and he's like, look, how's the dog? And she's like, look, he's fine. I'm really glad to have him home, honestly. And he's like, well, my sister's devastated. And she's like, well, he was my dog first, which is not quite true. He was the gang's dog, but still, we're imagining his mouth is moving. So he's like basically saying, look, my father is livid. And she's like, you guys came over here and you came in and you beat Lex up and you got in fights. There was the whole dog poop situation. He's like, well, I don't know what you're talking about, dog poop situation. And she's like, well, it's possible you just don't know everything that your father's doing, but I can guarantee you there were cars that were vandalized. So just try and bear that in mind when you talk about your dad's going to come in and retaliate and how bad what they did last night was. Look, I'm not endorsing what they did, but just bear in mind, you guys did the same thing to us. He's like, okay, but you have to understand, I don't want you to get hurt. we need to get you away. And she's like, look, I can't talk right now, and has hung up. So that's where that situation's at. It's not ideal. Oh, he's up. He's feeling playful. Interesting. Okay, does that mean he's over it? He's probably not over it, hey. Oh, I don't know. It's not good. I'm going to end this part here, you guys. Obviously, he's calculating. He's like thinking about what he's going to do. I'd love to hear your comments on what you think that the fixers should do in retaliation. Obviously, Addison is very keen to get her dog back. She is definitely going to try and put pressure on Alex to do that. He just wants to burn the bears to the ground at this point because he's like, they came into my beautiful house and everything they could get hold of, they destroyed. And on top of that, I think Lily's cheating on me. So that's definitely a fire driving his actions as well. So yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys think. I will wrap this one up here. If you have enjoyed, please like and subscribe. You know the drill. Don't forget to wash your hands, and I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching.